Hello everyone, happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today I'm moving yarn out of the way so we can do this video. It is Monday. Oh, I gotta show you that because that's finished. On Monday I come to you and I show you all the things that I have made. Keyword made in the past 7 days. Give or take a day or 3. Sometimes it's the past 5 days, sometimes it's the past 10 days. Sometimes it has taken me 2 weeks to complete said projects, but I think as of this video, it has been 7 days since I have finished, made, created the things that I'm showing you in this video. I'm drinking water that's left over from last night, but it's still ice cold and fresh because insulated bottle. This ice is from yesterday. Also, in my Monday Makes videos, I give updates on life, health, etc. I'm recording this on Saturday because I fully intend on going to the zoo tomorrow, which is Sunday in my world. And so I'm trying to get my work done today. My husband is home. He came home last night. I'm so glad that he is home. He is actually off with little man searching for electronics at the thrift store to take apart. So let's get into what I have made over the past 7 days. I don't remember what day I finished this, but I already showed this beautiful tank top to you, so this doesn't technically count. The reason it's here is because I just got done filming the intro and the outro for the tutorial that will be up tomorrow. And it is for this tank top, which as of Saturday, I have not named yet. So maybe we'll just call it the Dottie tank top, the Spotty tank top, the Speckled tank top, something like that. It's going to be something real simple. I've had a few suggestions on names, but that's the least of my concerns at this point. So the tank top, this is the prototype that I have designed. This is the one that is featured in the tutorial. There are differences between the two. I added rows under here, which I do talk about in the tutorial, but I don't show it because I added it as a last minute thing, and I do tell you how to do it, I just don't show it in the tutorial. So keep in mind, it will look more like this in the tutorial. Either way is fine. This just gave it a more finished look and a little bit of extra width that I kind of wanted to give me a little more coverage, because this one's cotton and this one is acrylic. And there is a difference in the way that they lay on my body. And I also blocked this one and have not had time to block this one because there's been a constant flow of laundry in my washing machine. And in order to block these, I give them a good wash in the sink. I throw them in the washing machine to spin all the water out, and then I lay them out. And my washing machine has not been free for days now. With that being said, this is the one I showed last week, I believe, and I ran out of the spotted yarn, so I finished it in more cotton sprout, but just the solid version of the DK. And this is Dollar Tree yarn, and this is the Just Cotton yarn from the Dollar Tree, which is also a Premier yarn. Don't recommend this at all for wearables. It crocheted up beautifully and felt very similar to the cotton sprout. And once it was washed, and I only washed it in the sink and hung it to dry to stretch out the stitches, this is so stiff and grody feeling. I don't recommend. That's fantastic for washcloths. Don't use it for wearables. Just don't do it. Okay, so we have a little mesh. We have a little bit of meshiness here. These are shells, not granny shells. And as we turn it around in the back, the two of these tops are slightly different. Because I ran out of yarn, so I used blue to finish off the pieces I need finished. But this is the same, where we have a solid piece on the back, and then it continues on the shells around the bottom. And both, I will show you this one. I'll stand up and show it to you. But again, I don't recommend the Just Cotton from the Dollar Tree for a wearable. I just did not like the way it washed up at all. It didn't block out the same. It's a lot thicker and stiffer. It's really good for your workhorse cottons, but is not, I would not use it for wearables or anything that's supposed to, I just, you can feel a huge difference going down which yarn is which. So that is the back. I really love the way this worked out. Like I said, this is the Cotton Sprout Speckled. This is Cotton Sprout DK. This I don't recommend for wearables, so we're not even going to talk about that anymore. And my beautiful model is wearing it. This one is a bigger size and is a little bit more drapey and baggy on me, whereas this one I made a smaller size on purpose, and I will have to shrink into it because it is a little bit tight just on my bulbous part of my stomach. I say this with full disclosure so that you guys know this is what's going on. So this is the top. I really, really like, I was going for like X's across here, so it's not a typical mesh. I walk you through everything in the tutorial, don't worry about it, it's real easy. And then these are shells, and I also walk you through in the tutorial if you are really self-conscious about the holes and you're afraid somebody's got, look, this is fluorescent yellow. It's a little dingy, it's stained, I just washed it, it is clean, but it is stained because I sweat in this thing, okay? It's fluorescent yellow. You can't really see it through the shirt. And I'm saying this so that if you're scared that somebody's going to see your skin because you're, oh, I'm too fat to wear something with holes in it. No, you're not. You will look beautiful and you'll have a nice breeze, okay? Unless somebody's looking real hard, they're not going to see that yellow or your skin, okay? So, and there's a big bright light right here. So like I said, it's a little snugger than I would like here. But you guys already know if you've been around, I'm losing weight. And I'm trying to make something that will fit me in the future. So that's why I made this a smaller size. Okay. So this is it in its full glory. It is solid this color all the way down because I had way more than enough. I actually have some left over. I have that much left over from the 2 balls of Dottie for this. It's 1,100 yards for a 4X. This is the back. Back fat and all. But you see how they're solid up here and then it goes into the shells? The difference between this one and that one is I didn't take the solid down as far on the back of the shirt as I did with this one. Because honestly, I didn't like switching between the stitches and having to keep track so much of where I was at. But I also kept it in because when you're doing increases and decreases in the shell, it is a lot harder to work in the round. This is made entirely in the round. It is a lot harder to work in the round with shells and add an increase or a decrease that's not real visible. So I put the solid and the shells so that you could hide the increases or the decreases along that line. And you can't really tell that they're there. And I show you how to add in case you have like a bigger belly like I do. I didn't add any into mine because what I said earlier is that I'm actually losing weight. So, yeah, completely customizable. I added this, which is 3 rows of double crochet. I talk about that in the video, but I don't show it in the video just in case. And I tell you, if you want to add like solid stitching around the bottom instead of having shell bottom where it's kind of, you know, scalloped, I tell you how to do that, but I don't show it because that's, you know, lots of things that you can do to make this customized to the way you like it, the way you want it. There's lots of things you can do to make this more suitable for your taste. So I always promote when I'm doing a tutorial, hey, these are changes you can make if you so want to make them, and this is how you can do it. And so I do tell you in the tutorial how to close up the holes. In case you don't want the open shells, you want the shells to be all real solid fabric, I show you how to do that in the tutorial as well. And that will be up tomorrow. I'm gonna edit that today. Ponyo is directly behind me. If you hear a loud obnoxious noise, Mr. Cinnamon brought her home a present from his trip. He brought us all presents. And he bought the dog's toys, which he has never done before, but he really, really favors Ponyo a lot. And he bought her a, I think it's neoprene stick. And she is just gnawing on it and gnawing on it because he knows she loves sticks. And she's just cute as a button. Alright, the next thing crochet related that I made is I finished this beautiful shawl that I'm going to, I already know who it's going to, I'm gifting it. There you have it. This is not a tutorial on my channel. This is not going to be a tutorial on the channel. If you want to make a shawl similar to this, go check out Carrie Penny at the Happy Crafty Homemaker, the eyelet shawl. This is not the eyelet shawl. This is similar. So if you want to recreate something that's similar to this, you can go check out Carrie Penny's tutorial. This is what it looks like. The yarns that I used for this, and I made it extra big so that, isn't this so pretty? You can wrap up in it and be warm and toasty. The reason I like this style shawl is because the wings go up if you add enough increase areas, which that's what the little cobblestones are. These are increase areas. It makes it kind of pie wedge shape, which Carrie Penny walks you through that in her tutorial. Mine are staggered, so they go boop, 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 because this is very beachy, and to me those look like little like a walking path on the beach, or like cobblestones, or then that's what that reminded me of. And it was intentional. It was intentional. So this yarn, I'm gonna put it back on. I love the way this turned out. I am gifting this to my daughter's boss at work because she has been really sweet to my daughter. And I'm sure this is going to be huge on her because the lady is really... But look at, isn't that pretty? You can put a little button here and just have like a cute little, you know, almost a poncho at this point. The yarn that I used for this, I had a couple people say, yeah, when you showed the yarn before you started working on that, I was not here for it. That does not look like it makes any sense. She's tearing that bone to pieces. Is worsted specs yarn from Hirschner's. Hirschner's is a store in, I believe, Wisconsin. And you go to Hirschners.com. It's spelled HERRSCHNERS.com and get these yarns. This big giant ball was like $4.97. It's a medium weight 4 yarn. It's 8 ounces or 489 yards for $4.99. I'm gonna caveat this by saying I'm not a huge fan of the Hirschner's branded yarns. This one was not bad. However, going from the Dottie, which is super soft acrylic, back to this, because this was my in-between project. I have an in-between project when I'm doing tutorials because tutorials are work and I have to set hours for that. Otherwise, I feel very stressed out and very anxiety, and I already got enough going on in my life. So I will have a fun project, which is what this was, to work on in between. So if I need a break from work, or if I'm sitting down in the evening, I'm not in here recording the tutorial because tutorials are a lot of work. And people don't give that enough credit to the people who record a lot of tutorials, like how much hard work it is to design and film it and edit it. It's all a really big task, which is why I only do tutorials when I'm in the mood for it. Okay? They're a lot of strenuous work. It's hard on my body to sit in this chair for so many hours. It's hard on my mind to just mentally go through what I need to go through. And so because of that, I have an in-between project that I like to work on so that I can take a break from said projects. And this was my in-between. So when I went from working with the specs yarn back to the dotted yarn, I was like, oh, this don't feel real great. Go get Grandpa. Go get Daddy. Guarantee they'll be back in 2 seconds and pop that door again. I liked the yarn until I had the Dottie in my hands and then went back to the specs yarn. I was like, oh, I don't like the way that feels. It's just dry and kind of slightly irritating as opposed to the Dottie. When I was just working with the specs, I liked it just fine. So also understand this. I have chronically dry skin. I pick at my fingers relentlessly. I also have eczema. I also have where my immune system attacks itself if I touch certain chemicals or fibers. She pushed on the door again. gonna have to get up and log it in a second. So all of those things play into cute Oreo coughing and hacking, play into how I rate a yarn or how I feel about a yarn in that moment. And I liked the yarn, and then when I switched from Dottie back to it, I was like, maybe not. So it's not horrible. It does not affect my skin the way certain yarns do. Don't know that I would buy more unless I was going to repeat something like this. Now the striped yarn, which these darker colors, is actually a Karen cinnamon swirl cake. And I have a little bit of that left over too. It was not enough to make another row. And it was just enough to cause me to have another scrap ball. This is in the color Sun and Surf. The Specs yarn is in the color Beach Glass. And when I held the two together, a couple people were like, I did not think that was going to work out until you showed me the shawl. But some of the blues that are in the Karen cake, like right here, were also the spec color. So the colors are real similar between the Specs and the cotton cake, the Karen cake. So I knew it was going to work out. I just didn't know how incredibly beautiful this was going to be. I'm going to be raw honest. I am in love with this, and I would keep it if I knew that I would wear it. I know that I'm not, so I'm going to pass it on as a hug to my daughter's boss for being so kind and loving and caring to her and mothering her. When she's at work, she's been really sweet to my daughter. So it's, and I don't know if that's weird that a mom is making something for her daughter's boss, but I am, because thank you, you know. And so the Karen cinnamon swirl cake, I have a few of these, and I have the older ones and I have the newer ones with more of like the dark speckly yarn as a part of it. And I'm looking at them because they're right there. And I bought them because they're beautiful. They're beautiful cakes. And I haven't used them because I don't reach for cakes very often. And I love cakes. It's just, they have to be in the right project. Because self-striping does not look good in every project. It does not. And I'm very picky with the way the striping looks. And the way the striping happens. And that's why I have a whole bucket of Karen cakes of one form or the other. Where I can see right now, I have a blossom cake, two cinnamon cakes, a cotton cake, and the thin cake. What's it called? The one that's a DK version of the cake, the skinny cake, that in my bucket. And the whole bucket is full, but that's just what's in the front. Because I buy them because they're beautiful, or they go on sale at Michael's, and then I don't use them. So that's why I was like, I'm going to this shelf particularly because I can't generally reach it because there's stuff in front of it. And I'm going to grab two yarns that I have had sitting on my shelf for too long. We're going to get them used up. We're going to put them into something pretty, and these two just look beautiful together. I'm so pleased with the way this turned out. And it was very much an in-between project. It was, I needed a break from the designing. I needed a brain break. And then I needed breaks periodically in the tutorial filming process because it took me almost 3 days to film it all. And then the past 2 days, I finished this tank top. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to sit and reward myself that I finished the tank top. And I'm going to finish the shawl. And while I was finishing it, I was putting positivity and love and good thoughts into it for the person that I intend this to go to. So with that, that is finished. I'm very, very pleased with the way that it turned out. So, there's that. That is the end of what I've crocheted this week, but that just the tutorial took up most of my week, and the fact that I also got a bonus shawl out of it, super happy about that. Now, I'm going to pause and put on a different shirt because I'm actually kind of cold because it's rainy and gloomy and gross outside. So I'll be right back. Ooh, that's so much better. I got my Lion King shirt on. Apparently with some staining on it. It doesn't matter. I'm warm. That's all that matters. Alright, now, I did create something else this week, or finish creating. I finished the spun buffalo. This is the entirety of that big giant garbage bag full of fiber that I purchased that has been an entire series here on the channel. It has been spun, well, to start off with, it has been combed It has been carded. It has been picked apart and like cleaned up some without actually washing it. Then it got spun, and the spinning process took me, I want to say, close to 2 months to spin up all of the fiber. And then once I got it spun up, I had to take it off the bobbins and turn it into hanks, and then we had to wash it because it was dirty. And the entire process of processing this, there was stuff falling out, dirt, and I really think it was dirt from not it being raw fiber necessarily. I think it was dirt from being stored improperly. And the reason I think that is because when I first purchased it, it smelled musty. And it did smell slightly dirty, but it didn't smell like fiber that is fresh from the animal, if you get the difference. And so I really think that all of the fiber that I bought from the Creative Reuse store, because it was Creative Reuse store. It was a thrift store type situation. These were donated. And the fibers I bought that day, all of them smelled musty. Some of them were far worse than others. I think they were stored improperly for too long. And I think that's where the dirt came from, is just nastiness. Not necessarily the buffalo rolling in the dirt. There was some evidence that there was hay bits in there, or grass bits. And there was some evidence of maybe it was dirty from like it wasn't, I don't know, but like a lot of it was just dirt. And so through every step of process of messing with this buffalo, dirt fell off of it. I had an entire bottom of my bucket when I was doing the small combing with the little paddles. The bucket I was combing over, the whole bottom was coated in dust. When I put it through the drum carder, all underneath the drum carder was just, I had to vacuum my desk. When I was spinning it, dirt was coming onto my clothes, and yes, I should have washed it first. Before any of that, I should have soaked it. I was so afraid to destroy it because buffalo is expensive, and I paid a lot of money for this fiber, that I spun it and then washed it. Looking back, I probably should have washed it first. I believe part of the problem of me spinning this and why it was so difficult, because it was difficult. Part of the problem was buffalo fibers are real short. And then there's longer pieces. And so there's not a consistency with the staple length, the length of the fibers. So you get some parts that wanted to fall apart easier and some parts that would just spin beautifully. But some of the surface dirt that was still in there, it was not making the fibers slide real easily. And then I just felt gross when I was done. And there are things I would have done differently if I had to redo this. I don't ever intend on taking a raw fleece again and spinning it. I did not have... There were parts of it that I really loved and enjoyed. I really loved the learning process. But there were parts of it where I was just muscling through to get it done. And then when I put this in the bathroom sink to wash it, the water turned so dark brown from the dirt that it looked like an outhouse was in. It was disgusting when I tell you the color of the water. And I washed it, and I washed it, and I washed it, and I had to rinse it 10 to 15 times to get the water to run clear. It was labor intensive, but when I tell you that this buffalo smells good, it smells so good. I use my good laundry detergent from Bath & Body Works. And it smells delicious. It's not as soft as I was hoping it would turn out to be because the fibers themselves were real soft. It's not horrible. It's just a little bit picky. So I think I want to make a sweater out of this, or at least a cardigan, or maybe a big wrap. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to be something that goes over clothes because it's not as soft as the commercially done buffalo. Okay, so I know that it looks almost black and you can see the sparkly, but it is brown. This is what it actually looks like in person. When I bring it closer to the light, my camera tries to make sense of it. It makes it brighter than what it is. It is very thick, thin. I tried to aim for a worsted weight. It's very bumpy and it's not the most beautiful spin I've done. I'm gonna be real honest. But it's a buffalo. I want it to look like it's buffalo. And also I fought this yarn a lot. But I am very, 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 very happy that it is finished. And I have a ton here to work with. I have no idea what the yardage is. I have no idea what I'm working with. So I'm gonna give this a little time before I decide what I want to turn it into, because I would like, I'm not gonna put a time. This is gonna be a long-term project. I've already been working on this since like October, and it's just now finished in April. But I'm really, really pleased that this is done, and it smells so good. But also, I'm not gonna let it sit and get gross and dusty and smell bad again. So it's not gonna sit for too long, but it is done. One less thing that I have to worry about in my life. Now, you know what? Let's switch out the pretty one. I mean, they're both pretty, but I actually like this one better. Just because it's all, that blue, the Just Yarn, the Just Cotton, really just made me sad about that. And this also fits her a little bit better than it does me, because she is expanded to a 3X right now. So that's how that looks on her. That's how I want it to look on me. It's a little form-fitting on my you know, my mom bump. But I really like the way that turned out. I think it is gorgeous. This one's pretty. It's just different. I'm disappointed in the way that washed up, that blue. So there you have it. That is that done. All right, now. Last week I also showed you a Premier Yarns haul. And this week, Mr. Cinnamon stopped by a Joann's when he was out of town for work, and he brought me home a special little treat. So we will open that maybe Wednesday on the channel. We got to play everything by ear this week, and yeah. So that's channel, that's yarn updates. Now this is the part of the video where I go into personal. I go into kind of a health update, what's been going on in my world. There's not a whole lot to talk about, because this week was kind of good for the most part. And if you don't like to hear about weight loss or my medication or any of that update, I will see you tomorrow, and thank you for watching. But if you are interested in those things, that's what I'm going to be talking about next, because that is a big part of what is going on in my life currently. It is a really it's a really big thing that's happening right now. So as you know, my husband has been out of town for the past 2 weeks. He came home Friday night. I'm very happy that he is home. I hate when he travels. I hate when he's gone. It's just nice when he's home and I can get a break in the day, or it breaks up the day, or I have someone to talk to, or like all of the things that having a husband benefits you, you know? When he's gone, it drives me crazy. And so I'm glad he's home and things can get back to normal and all that good stuff. Also last Monday, so a week ago today in your world, I started the higher dose of the medication that I'm on for my diabetes. And it also is a weight loss medication. The difference between the two doses was actually quite significant, but not in the way that I expected. I expected to feel worse. And this is only week 1. We have to see what happens next week. I don't know what's going to happen week to week. This is what happened last week. So they doubled the dosage of the shot. I put a shot in my stomach. And the symptoms of the smaller dosage were like, I could predict how I was going to feel. Monday and Tuesday, I would just feel exhausted, like I got beat up, like physically painful, exhausted. Wednesday, Thursday, stomach issues real bad. Friday, start to feel a little bit better. Saturday, feel normal. Sunday, feel pretty good. And then Monday, we start the cycle all over again. So this week, I was expecting it to be that, but with a harsher degree because it was a higher dose, right? Monday, kind of tired. Tuesday felt normal. Wednesday felt normal. Thursday, mild stomach distress. I have felt pretty normal. I will say the main difference this week has been emotional. Crying. Not depressed, but just crying. For whatever, I don't know why. Just crying. And my anxiety has been high this week. And it's not... Juju went to work the other day. And we have Life 360 on our phone. So we can see where each other are, all of us. At any given time of the day. Like, where's your location? Her phone, when she went to work at 10:30, said she was in the parking lot. And it did not update the entire time she was at work. And she didn't call me when she got off work, which she normally does. So I saw that she's been in the parking lot for hours now. And it wouldn't let me refresh her location. And I went into full-on panic mode. Like, mom panic mode, something's got to be wrong. And I pictured all the very worst things in my head. And I have not had this sensation in a very, very years long time. And Mr. Cinnamon's on his way driving home from Ohio. He's nowhere near, and I'm like, I can't get a hold of her. I text her, she's not answering. This is what her phone is saying. Was something's going on. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. I'm ready to put Lucas in the car and drive up to her work. I'm freaking out to that level. This is an anxiety response. I'm having a panic attack, and it's not a real emergency. My body is reacting like it's a real emergency. She finally called me and said, sorry, I was at work. I had to work late.
I'm going to run and pick up my order real quick.
Okay. Are you taking him?
He's eating.
What is he eating?
McDonald's. He didn't eat all morning, apparently.
He had a muffin.
I don't think he ate it.
He ate it. I watched him eat it.
Oh, he said he threw it away.
He threw the wrapper away. Hi, Ponyo. You want up? Oh, that's my grandbaby. That's my grandbaby girl. Look at that little wiggles. Oh, that's the wiggles. Are you getting down? Okay, love you. Bye. She just wanted to say hi to her grandbaby. She was making sure I didn't leave her. She finally calls me and she's all, sorry I got off late. She's all, what's going on? And Lucas is on, at this point, 3 days where he was having a smaller dose of his medication because he ran out and they won't fill it until the day that it's due. So I don't know if he lost a couple pills or he got shorted a couple pills or what. I don't know what happened. So he was already acting a fool. And so when she calls, I'm arguing with him. I'm panicking about her. My anxiety's through the roof. And I heard her voice and I was like, oh my God, where are you? She's all, Mom, sorry. Like, the girl that's supposed to cover my shift didn't come in till late. And then she's all, RJ's here. RJ met her at work. He just showed up there and, like, just to see her. He lives nowhere near here. He just popped in to say hi. And that was, they spent a few minutes going into a store together and then she came home, which I thought was really sweet. And you hear that awful car outside? I don't know who that, it's gotta be the people across the street. Anyway, she's all, are you okay? And I, like, broke down crying. Ma'am, stop opening the door. Now you're stuck. Haha. I broke down crying and she's all, do you need me to come home? I was like, no. I didn't want to tell her, like, I imagined her dead in her car. I'm gonna cry if I talk too much about it. She told me that RJ heard my voice and he's all, I need to come over tonight. And she's all, no, it's fine. He's all, no, because I think I need to come over. He wanted to come over and, I don't know, protect me. Because little man was being a jerk. And he's all, but, you know, Lucas is like nicer when I'm around. I was like, no, I'm fine. I just need to cry right now, okay? And then when she came home, I was like, I was having a panic attack. Like, I heard your voice and I cracked. And then when she was home, I was fine. And to explain anxiety and panic attacks to people who've never experienced it, it's really impossible. Your body literally just goes into fight or flight. And I saw a meme that came up on my phone earlier, and it said something, it was, the lady was crocheting, and she was conversating with herself that you're not going to war, this is not a life and death situation, you're crocheting. And that's all the context that was in the post. I knew exactly what it meant. Like, I'm sitting here crocheting and I'm panicking like someone's holding a gun to my face, because it's a chemical reaction in your brain, usually from a lack of serotonin or an imbalance of serotonin, that causes your brain to turn on the body's natural fear thing. And I've experienced this my whole life. I started having panic attacks, I think, that I remember in kindergarten, and it was after a series of traumatic events. So it is absolutely trauma induced, but it has been something that has plagued me my entire life. And the past, I want to say 15 years or so, it has not been bad enough that I have needed to be medicated or that I have needed to talk to anyone particularly about it. And I really think what's happening is a combination of, I think some of this is a side effect of the medication, and I need to keep my doctor in the loop about that. And I also think there's been just a lot in my life. And so I think it's kind of a cluster, you know? But, and the crying thing, I know is a side effect of the medicine. Like right now, there's tears coming out of my eyes and there's no reason. And this has been happening a lot. I think it's a side effect of the medication, which is wild. To be sitting there and not feeling any kind of way, not being like your eyes just start crying. It's just absolutely wild. So that is what is going on. The other side effects are not real bad at all. I am still at about 20 pounds lost. Your weight fluctuates every day. It does a lot of this. So I need to stop weighing myself every day is what I need to stop doing. My sugar has gone down. My blood pressure has gone down. And I was able to take out one of my blood pressure medicines and stop it entirely. And when I started the shot a month and a week ago, actually it's a month and 2 weeks ago by the time you're seeing this video, I was on cholesterol, blood pressure and heart medication, and a pill for my sugar. I am off the sugar medication, and the past week I have not taken the morning blood pressure medication. The night blood pressure medication is for my heart more than anything, so I have to continue to take that. But I am 2 pills down, which is crazy to me. My appetite is next to nothing, and most foods like gross me out at this point. And it is really strange to not ever feel hungry, not have cravings, and to have one of your favorite foods sit in your face and you look at it and go, I don't really want that. I'm not drinking soda because my body is telling me soda is gross. I have just been drinking water all day, every day, and I'm eating about the portion that a 2 or a 3-year-old would eat, and then I'm full, which is just absolutely wild. Wild. I need to fill that up. So that is my health update. Life has been lifing. I canceled school Thursday and Friday because little man's medication issues, and I just didn't want to argue with him. I didn't want to go through him not being able to focus properly and us both being frustrated with it. So I just canceled school Thursday and Friday. It's one of the many, 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 many benefits of homeschooling is that I can rearrange our schedule at the drop of a hat when something comes up. Don't have to worry about attendance because he still has the amount of days he needs. He's still getting the curriculum just on a different day. Everything is still... I just can at a moment's notice give us an unscheduled day off. I love that freedom so much. I've been asked, would I go back and homeschool the girls if I went back in time? In case you're new here, you don't know, I have a daughter who's about to be 20. I have 2 nieces that I had a hand in raising. They lived with me. I was a big part of, like, I was a parent to them for many, many years. My youngest niece is the same age as my daughter. Matter of fact, she just turned 21. And then my older niece is getting ready to graduate college this year. She is... No, she's not. My youngest niece just turned 20. My oldest niece is going to be 22 this year. And they asked, would I go back and homeschool? No. I think they had what they needed, and there were issues, particularly with my older niece. But she always was so hyper-focused on school and so hell-bent on being a person. She still is to this day. She cannot fail at anything where she has a full-on meltdown. She is undiagnosed, some sort of neurodivergence, and I, without a doubt, everybody that has ever met her knows this. I did not have power of attorney or anything like that to get her any kind of medical treatment growing up, so I couldn't get her the help she needed legally. But as an adult, I'm fully encouraging her to get diagnosed because I think it will help her. She keeps giving me reasons why she's putting it off, but I don't think I would change anything in regards to the way that those 3 were raised, because they turned out to be good humans, and like they're doing things, you know, they're responsible adults and they're doing things. With that being said, I wish I had never sent my youngest son, my only son, to public school ever. It did not benefit him. It at all. The abuse that he endured, the ridicule that he endured, the constantly feeling like he was... Ma'am. What did you do? That's very bad girl behavior. Poncho. Destroyed that. And she chewed pieces up. That's probably going to hit the garbage can. As a matter of fact, boop, right in the garbage can. Because homeschool has been so incredibly beneficial to him. And it's crazy because during the pandemic, he started the first year of kindergarten in school, and then school canceled halfway through kindergarten. And the ridiculous way that they had to put school on the internet, and the kids were expected to behave on a computer at home the way that they did in a classroom, and they were still going to function as if it was a class, is ridiculous. That did not work. He learned nothing because he didn't want to sit still, because there's distractions everywhere, because they expected him to still sit in front of a computer in the first grade for 8 hours a day. Yeah, no. No. And the IEP crap that he had in his school is an absolute joke. Absolute joke. They did not accommodate my child. Them teachers don't want to help. They are there to, a lot of times these teachers are there to get a paycheck. They don't care about your kids. And if your kid is different or special or requires extra attention, they do not care. They will push that kid aside. We had one teacher that actually cared about Lucas, and it was his 3rd grade teacher, and he was amazing. He had a lot of background in, he used to be a child therapist. He was amazing. He was so good and patient. He taught Lucas so much. He taught me a lot. He was just a really good teacher. I thought Panya was on the kitchen table. It's my son. But yeah, the homeschool is so much better for him. So much better. I'm not recommending this to everybody, because to each your own. Do what's best for your child, no matter what that is. But realizing that this was so good for us. I'm so blessed and so happy that I discovered this for him, so that, you know, that I made. Because my husband was not on board for the homeschool thing. He was not. And I was unsure that I was able to do it, that I was smart enough to do it, and so far, I mean, if I gotta hire tutors to help with the subjects I'm not real good at, I will do that. If I gotta join a co-op to help teach the subjects I'm not good at, I will do that. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to make sure that he grows up safe and happy, well-adjusted, and his thirst for knowledge in the subjects he is passionate about at 10 years old, that is fulfilled in him. That's all that matters in this whole world. He is right now sitting at the kitchen table taking apart an electronic that he bought at the thrift store. I have no idea what they got, but he's in there with his little tool set that his dad brought home for him. He loves science. He loves all things electronics. He loves taking things apart. He, for fun, watches documentaries on, like, the pyramids of Giza. Or he watches videos of people taking apart electronics and showing how to fix things and telling you how to reprogram stuff and telling you how to do coding for fun. He does that for fun. He's 10. So he educates himself as much as I am educating him. I'm just teaching him the things that the school government requires him to learn. He is doing so much more than that. So, this week, my plans. I want to start another one. I'm going to make a 3rd one of these. But I want to make it... in the cotton sprout stripes. It's a really thin yarn. This is a fine number 2. It is real thin, so it's gonna take me probably a couple weeks to finish it, but I want to do it, and I don't think I'm gonna use the blue. God, my battery's dead. Hang on. Blistex. All of my batteries are officially dead. This is the last one, so we only got about 50 minutes to go. I'm not going to record for that long because this is the effects of a tutorial. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 batteries in there. That's the effects of a tutorial. The heck is in here? Yarn. I need to remember to charge those today. I'm not going to use the blue for the tank, although the blue would be so pretty. But I have the blue and I also have the white. So this, much like the white, this is the blue. So with the blue, see how it's a pastel rainbow and a dark rainbow? I want to do kind of, and I don't know if it's going to work with this pattern. We're going to try it. I want to do the whole top in like the pink, the pastel version of the rainbow. So I also have the white, and the white is both of the outer base. Like, you see how it's dark blue, red, dark blue. This one is light blue, pink, light blue. Okay, the white version is this, except where you see blue is white. So I have white pastel and then white bold. I want to take the pastel from the top and do the top as the pastel and then come in with that, but with probably the white. But they're on the bottom and I grabbed the ones off the top. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm even going to like it for this pattern. I might just do a different tank top entirely. I don't know yet. I'm still, I'm figuring things out. But I do want to do that with the cotton stripes. And this is 874. So that's almost 1,500. No, that is 1,500, isn't it? 8 and 8 is 16. No, that's 16. Oh yeah, I have more than enough to make a tank top. Yeah. So I want to use the cotton sprout stripes. I want to start another tank top this week. It's going to take a lot longer than this because that's really thin yarn. Like I said, I'm going to the zoo tomorrow in my world, but yesterday in your world, because I'm filming this Saturday. I want to go to the zoo this weekend with my family, and I need to charge my camera, my big camera battery, because I like taking my big camera to the zoo. I like getting as close as I can pictures of the animals' faces, just for my own fun. I really like doing that. I have a picture of the lion from, where's my phone at? The lion from the National Zoo sticking his tongue out. His name's Luke, by the way. If you don't know, my son's name is Lucas. I call him Luke. And I saved a bunch of pictures on my phone, so I know that it's in my phone. Unless I deleted it. I deleted it. Did I? View all. Nope, it's right here. Sticking his tongue out. That's a photo I took on my big camera. Isn't that cute? He's so beautiful. So I really like, taking pictures of the animals. That's also a picture from my big camera. From the National Zoo. So I want to take my big camera. I want to take pictures of the animals because that makes me happy. This is one of my favorite pictures of all time. It's of the cheetah in the morning mist. So all around him was like fog because it was real early in the morning when we got there. It's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. Have I printed any of them and put them on my walls? No. Maybe in the next house I'll do that. If I hung up my artwork, maybe I'll make a coffee table book for myself. Wouldn't that be cool? Just my art, my photography. Because I have photographs, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous photographs that bring back really great memories for me of vacations, of animals, of flowers, of butterflies, of bugs, of national parks and beautiful preserved lands in this country. I should make myself a book, what do they call it? A coffee table book. I should do that. That's going to take a lot of finding all my pictures because they're on hard drives. I forgot that's empty. Anyway, yeah, so that is what is going on in my world this week. I feel like I got a lot accomplished. And I still managed self-care this week. I still managed to take care of my family this week. And I don't know. I'm trying to count small victories. I'm giving myself a headache. That light's real bright. I'm trying to give myself grace and patience, and really I think celebrating the small victories is really important to do. Very often we get stuck in the humdrum day life, and just every day it's the same thing. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we brush our hair. We either get dressed and go to work, or we start cleaning the house, or whatever your daily schedule is. We get so stuck in the everyday routine of things that we forget to notice the things, notice the small miracles in the day. we forget to congratulate ourselves that we accomplished a lot today. Even if we did laundry, one load of laundry, we cooked food for ourselves or someone else, and we took a shower. Like, you can congratulate yourselves for those things. It is important to pat yourself on the back, especially if you're doing things that are hard or that you don't want to do, or if you just got out of bed and you really didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Congratulate yourself, because they're big things when you feel bad. They're big things when you just don't want to do it and you do it anyway. They're also huge things if you have someone critical in your life that's telling you you're not doing enough or you're not whatever. Tell yourself you're doing a good job and you're doing the best you can in this situation, and I believe in you. And with that, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you tomorrow for the tutorial on this beautiful tank top. And I hope that you will make it along with me. Like I said, I want to start a new one in the cotton sprout stripes. And I may eliminate the mesh part. I love the mesh part, but I may eliminate that just because of the striping effect. We'll see. I may make it all double crochets and call it a day. I don't know. I know how the basic design is built, so I could literally change it up 100 ways. But yeah, I want to get that started this week. That's going to be my project for myself. But I do hope that if you wanted to make a beautiful tank top for yourself, and I said in the tutorial, I'll tell you this again, you can make this in all sizes. You can make it in children's sizes if you want. You just need to really measure here to here is where we start the measurements at. You measure, I say in the tutorial, measure bra strap to bra strap. And then we do increases until we're in the center of our armpits. It's that simple to size it. This is not meant to be form-fitting. So it's meant to just kind of be it's kind of boxy, but I show you in the tutorial how to make it like A-shaped a little bit in case you need a little more room here or down here. There's no judgment on this channel, but if you need that, I do tell you how to work in increases to make the bottom fabric a little bit bigger. But you can make that in all sizes. I have had several people take my plus size tutorial and turn it into garments for 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 12-year-olds. And I get pictures frequently of, look what I made for my granddaughter. And the fact that I can take a design that looks that beautiful and turn it into something that you guys can recreate using the recipe, or the method, I should say, the method to create your own recipe, that to me is the epitome of teaching. Teaching you how to do it, and then you go out there and you make it on your own, and you measure it to whatever, and you make it whatever size you need to make it in, and I tell you how to do the adjustment, and you do that. That's you guys. That's not me. I showed you how I did it, and then I tell you little things you can do to adjust it here and there. And I've had so many people go, I did this, this, and this, and I changed it up a little bit. I did this, this, and this, I changed it up a little bit. That's you guys. I just taught you. That to me is, I've said this in so many of my tutorials, I'm getting emotional. My job, what I try to do on this channel, there's a couple of goals that I really think are important in this channel. One, I want everyone watching this to feel beautiful. I want you to know you're special and know you are loved and cared about, and I want you to feel good about yourself. Love your damn self. Okay? So that's why I do the designs I try to make it completely size inclusive. And my second job on this channel is I want you to learn enough from me that you don't need me anymore. And I know that that's weird. And a lot of people would probably disagree. That's bad business for a YouTuber. But that's what I want. I want you to get so good at learning the techniques I'm showing you that you can do it on your own and you don't need me. I don't like to be needed. I want to be wanted. That's all I want. I want to be wanted. I want you guys to want to spend time with me, but not need me for these tutorials. And I think I'm doing a good job with that. I promote positivity. I promote loving your damn self. It's not always easy, is it? Especially when you're a difficult personality. It's not always easy. Love your damn self. Make yourself beautiful things. And I know that there's different kind of learners, and I know some of you absolutely have to be shown, and some of you absolutely have to have it written down, and you get irritated because I don't write the patterns, because there's a lot of work. There's a lot of extra work I just can't do. I don't want to do. I know that there's different ways of learning, but I think once you learn it, you can go out and do things on your own. You just need that first little lesson, and then you can do things. Once you learn the basis of building this, you can change the stitches. You can make it a different stitch pattern. You can change up where maybe you want this to be a little different. Maybe you want the back to be different. So I'm really gonna let you go this time because I got another tear forming. I'm ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. I don't even know what to do with this. I don't even know what to do with that. Anyway, like I said, tomorrow's a tutorial. Wednesday will be, I will show you what Mr. Cinnamon bought me at Joann's in Ohio while he was on travel. And I have no idea what's going on the rest of the week. I kind of want to go to my local Joann store because there's a lady that lives here who watches me and is in the Facebook group. Her name is Sherry, and she works at Joann's. She keeps telling me about all the stuff, and I need to come up there and see the stuff. And oh look, and she keeps posting, and I'm like, I don't have the money. Stop posting. I'm teasing Sherry. And then she went to another local store, and they had the yarn that I have been looking for, that I've been wanting to stock up on because it's not going to be available. It's the, don't send me any. Don't send me any, okay? I don't need it. But I have been just keeping an eye out for the Big Twist Living yarn in the color Inclusivity because it's a rainbow. In case you don't know, I love rainbows, okay? Rainbow is my favorite color. I just wanted some so that I had some because I used all the ones I had. I may have one. And I'm not positive on that because not a lot of companies are doing rainbow yarn. Premier Yarns used to have a DK version of the anti-pilling acrylic in rainbow, and they discontinued it. And that bummed me out. I just wanted rainbow yarn. I just wanted rainbow. And then the Big Twist Living yarn is anti-pilling acrylic. It's worsted weight, which checks off 2 of my boxes, and it comes in the Inclusivity colorway, which is a rainbow. Really like the yarn, which I'm going to give you a hint. This is Big Twist Living, but it's not the rainbow color. It's not the Inclusivity colorway because he couldn't find it. But that's beautiful yarn, but we will show that. But I was thinking about going to my local Joann's and just seeing if there's anything I want. It's not, I don't know. It's almost like they're not going away at this point. And I know they're getting ready to close. They're supposed to close at the end of May, from what I understand. But they are constantly getting so much new yarn, especially in my location in Fredericksburg, Virginia. They are constantly getting truckloads. The shelves are overflowing with yarn. And the percentage just went up from 25 to 30% off. Maybe next month it'll be 40% off. But I will pay 30% off for yarn. I don't mind that. I did not like that they came out at 25%. I'm insulted by that. I would rather it be 60% off. But, I mean, the liquidators are trying to reel in as much money as they could possibly get out of this deal. And I was just thinking about just perusing. Not even saying goodbye at this point. Just have something to do this week. Just go look, because sometimes I have not been out of the house a whole lot in the past 2 weeks, and I'm getting claustrophobic, and I just was thinking about maybe doing that for the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see, because I don't need any more yarn. I don't need to spend any more money, but, you know, sometimes it's fun to just go look. And I have walked into a craft store and walked out with my hands empty many, many, many times. So if that happens, there won't be a video, but I don't even know if I'm going to make it over there or not. I also need to go to my P.O. box at some point this week because there's supposed to be an Amazon package that's over there. We'll see. Anyway, I am going to shut up this time. I am going to let you go. And I will see you tomorrow for the tutorial. Bye, guys.